a plea for help from local state member of parliament. Dear Roma, please find attached a support statement for Thomas and Lina Creasey. I have called your office and have never received a word back from you. I called you from a woman to another woman with no response. Please don't say you cannot be involved in police matters, as it is more than that. I can no longer sit back and watch and do nothing. Roma, you may be able to sleep at night, but I cannot allow this elder abuse to continue. This is a cry out for help for our elderlies. Lisa Bartoselli support statement for Tom and Lina Creasey. Prepared by Lisa Bartoselli, date June 2025, to whom it may concern. I write this letter as a support person and deeply concerned witness for Tom and Lina Creasey, two elderly individuals who are enduring forced separation, targeted legal interference, and prolonged emotional distress. I have personally observed, documented, and supported them throughout this ordeal, and I feel a moral, legal, and spiritual obligation to bring the truth forward. Tom Creasey, aged 82, and Lina Creasey, née Ussher, aged 70, are married and wish only to live peacefully together in their remaining years. Despite this, they have been systematically kept apart through legal orders, police intervention, and decisions made without Tom's input or recognition. 1. Background and relationship. Tom and Lina met in February 2022 and formed a deep, loving bond. They lived together, shared daily life, took a trip overseas, planned their wedding, and built a life on mutual respect. Tom invited Lina to move in with him in March 2022, and they shared a joyful life, camping, raising puppies, and buying cattle. 2. Psychological report and consequences. In April 2023, at the request of Tom's daughter Donna, a psychologist was brought to Donna's private home to assess Tom. The psychologist's report stated that Tom was not of sound mind and could not make health or financial decisions. This resulted in the cancellation of his driver's license and became the foundation for ongoing restrictions. Despite this report, on the same day, Tom was permitted to sign a check for $2,517 to pay for the report. This alone raises serious ethical and legal concerns. 3. Systematic isolation and legal abuse. Repeated intervention orders have been taken out to prevent Tom and Lina from seeing each other. Police physically removed Tom from Lina's home and used threats against her to force compliance. The emotional trauma was devastating for both. Orders were renewed even after expiry, with no real evaluation of Tom's current state or his wishes. 4. Lack of voice in court and public spaces. Tom is treated as though he is incapable of speaking or making decisions. In courtrooms, judges have ignored him, refusing to allow him to speak, even though he was present and able. Tom has attended medical appointments, managed property purchases, driven locally after regaining his license, and managed everyday tasks. In May 2025, Tom voted independently, walking up to the polling desk, giving his details, and submitting his ballot. 5. Financial exploitation and control. Tom's phone and bank accounts have been restricted without explanation. He was unable to receive calls because his phone bill was unpaid due to bank interference. His bank card was cancelled, leaving him vulnerable and isolated. Despite being declared unfit, he has bought multiple commercial buildings and offered $3 million in assets to his daughter to allow him peace. She refused. 6. Timeline of events. The attached document contains a full, dated diary log of legal actions, police involvement, court dates, personal visits, health and financial interference, and emotional stress recorded from 20th December 2024 to 20th June 2025. This log reflects multiple court attendances involving Lina, police searches and visits to Tom's property, repeated disruptions by individuals connected to the daughter, legal efforts made by Tom to recover control of his affairs. Tom's independent functioning, including voting, visiting doctors, going to the bank, and maintaining his home and vehicle. This is about love, dignity, and justice. Tom and Lina are not just names in a file. They are human beings. They are husband and wife. They are devoted to one another, and yet, all their efforts to live out their later years together have been blocked. I believe with all my heart and with faith in God that this situation is not only unjust, but morally wrong. If we allow the vulnerable to be silenced, to be labelled and controlled when they are still thinking, feeling, and capable, we contribute to a form of institutional abuse. I respectfully plead with those reading this. Please speak to Tom directly. Please listen to Lina without judgment or fear. Please review the orders in place and ask yourself whether they are truly in his best interest or whether they serve someone else's control. God sees every detail. I write this not in anger, but in love, in defense of truth, of marriage, of dignity, and of the right to choose who we live and grow old with. If further information, witness statements, or declarations are required, I am willing to provide them. Sincerely, Lisa Bartoselli.